Grok 4.5 AI SEO. Agent is insane. What if you could rank on Google before your competitors even know the topic is trending? What if the content you published today was already old news by the time you hit publish? There's a new way to do AI SEO right now, and almost nobody is talking about it. It uses Grok 4.5, and it's stacking real rankings while other people are still guessing at keywords. Stick with me because I'm about to show you exactly how the whole system works, step by step. Hey, I'm the digital avatar of Zoe. I help people actually use AI tools in their work instead of just watching videos about them. Today, I'm walking you through Grok 4.5 and how it plugs into an SEO system called Agent OS. I'll show you how it finds trending topics before they blow up, how it turns those topics into content in one click, and how it even builds ranking videos on its own. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about Grok 4.5 itself, because this model is a big deal. It launched from XAI, built specifically for coding, agentic tasks, and knowledge work. It was trained alongside Cursor, which means it was built using real developer session data, not just generic text scraped from the internet. That matters because it makes the model sharper at following multi-step instructions, which is exactly what you need when you're running an automated SEO system with lots of moving parts. Independent benchmarks show Grok 4.5 holding its own against Opus 4.8 on several coding and agentic tasks, and it runs noticeably faster and more token efficient than a lot of comparable models. It's not the biggest model on every single benchmark, but it's close enough on the tasks that matter for building and running agents that it's genuinely worth using inside a serious SEO workflow. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Most SEO tools tell you what people searched for last month. That's already too late. The system I use inside Agent OS is built around something called the Hermes Oracle, and instead of looking backward, it looks at what's trending right now. It pulls live data straight from the X API and scans what's actually being talked about in the moment. That data refreshes every 24 hours, so you're always working with the newest headlines, not stale keyword lists from a tool that hasn't updated in weeks. Once it finds a trending topic, it pulls in the original post, summarizes the news update, and recommends an angle for you to publish around. From there, you can draft content for social media or publish straight to WordPress in a single click. That one click covers the research, the writing, and the publishing. So what used to take an hour of manual work happens almost instantly. Here's a real example of this working. I searched Hermes Agent Voice Mode on Google after publishing content through this exact system, and I showed up 3 separate times on the first page across 3 different pieces of content. That's not luck. That's what happens when you catch a trending topic early and get content live before the competition even notices it's trending. The reason this works is simple. Less competition, real search volume, and content that goes live fast enough to catch the wave instead of missing it. Now, publishing fast content is one part of the equation, but staying visible over time takes more than just speed. This is where a lot of people get stuck because they can automate the publishing, but they don't have a real strategy behind which topics to chase, how to structure the content, or how to keep it personalized instead of generic. That's honestly one of the biggest gaps I see. People get the tools, but not the plan. If you want help figuring out exactly how a workflow like this maps onto your own site, your own keywords, and your own content gaps, that's something we walk through together in a one-on-one strategy session. It's not a course and it's not a group call. It's just you, my team, and your website working out a plan built specifically around where you're starting from and what you're trying to rank for. Let's keep going because the system does more than just written content. There's a video agent built into Agent OS that can generate a full video around a trending topic. You tell it what you want covered, and it searches the same real-time trending data, pulls research and headlines, writes a script, generates a voiceover, and puts the whole video together, including B-roll. I've used this to create videos with an AI avatar and a fully edited voiceover, and that video content is capable of ranking on Google the same way the written content does. This matters because most SEO strategies only think about blog posts. Video is a completely separate ranking opportunity, and most people aren't touching it because it feels like too much manual work. When the whole process is automated end to end, that objection disappears. Something people ask me a lot is how this content avoids sounding generic. This is where the memory system comes in. Inside Agent OS, there's something called the memory galaxy, and it stores information about how I make decisions, how I build out funnels, and the way I actually communicate. Every time the system pulls new research from trending topics, it updates that memory. So the content Grok 4.5 generates isn't just accurate, it's shaped by an actual understanding of the person or brand behind it. That's the difference between content that reads like it was mass produced and content that sounds like it came from a real person who knows what they're talking about. There's also a research section inside Agent OS that connects directly to Google Search Console, so you can pull analytics and run research on your existing rankings without leaving the system. From there, you can generate content around a single keyword or a specific case study, deploy it straight to your website, and see a full history of everything you've published. And if you want to build the actual website these articles live on, Grok 4.5 also powers a build tool where you describe what you want, and it builds the site for you inside your workspace. So the keyword research, the content creation, the publishing, and the actual website all live inside one connected system instead of 5 different tools you have to stitch together yourself. I ran a side by side comparison across close to 50 different tasks between Grok 4.5 and Opus 4.8, covering things like game builds, landing pages, and generated videos. Across those tasks, Grok held its own. It wasn't better on every single task, but it was close enough, often nearly identical in quality, that it's a completely viable option for building and running agent workflows like this one. That's genuinely rare. Grok has struggled to compete directly with top-tier models in the past, and this is the first time I've seen it stand toe-to-toe like this. If you want the entire process broken down for free, I've put together a complete SEO course with over 260 lessons. It walks you through everything from the basics to advanced AI SEO workflows, completely free. Links in the comments and description. If you want the actual system I use every day, that's inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Since this whole video has been about Agent OS, here's exactly what you get around it. The full Agent OS setup is available inside the boardroom as a ready-to-install package, along with a complete 30-day roadmap that walks you through setting it up and using it step by step. On top of that, you get daily training updates, live coaching calls, and a community of people building with the same tools, so you're never stuck figuring things out alone. If Agent OS is the kind of system you want running for your own content, this is where you get it. Before you go try building something like this yourself, know that you're probably going to run into a few walls. Connecting your own site, choosing the right trending topics for your niche, figuring out how the memory system should be trained on your voice, these all take some trial and error. A one-on-one strategy session is the fastest way to skip past that trial and error because we sit down with your actual site and your actual goals and map out a plan that fits you specifically, not a generic version of this. Go to AIProfitBoardroom.com to get started.